Good morning, dear community, and welcome back to the House of Jin Shin. It's very, very rainy here in New York and kind of cold, and it's not going to stop raining today. So I wanted to share with you a special flow it's a different form of the main center source. It's called the Eternal Life Flow, and it is related to the seventh depth, which is the light which we use as our jumper cable energy. This is the energy that when we apply our hands, we use the energy of the seventh depth, the light, so that when you work with someone else, you're not giving your own energies. This is pure universal energy. And so I'm going to share with you a little flow. Yesterday, I have a lot of conversations with my friend Deepak Chopra, and he sent me this message yesterday that I wanted to read to you. It's regarding what's going on today, and it really spoke to me, so I want to share it with you. He wrote, "The systems of the world are fragile." Let me start again. "The systems of the world are fragile human constructs based on false understanding of reality. So at some point had to fall apart. Overall good for life on the planet. Easter is good metaphor, death and resurrection. We are witnessing death of a way of being and being born into a new paradigm." So I thought this was very beautiful, and I wanted to share with you. And hopefully I will share a little bit more from him soon with you, as I'm trying to orchestrate some kind of event with him that I'm working on. Anyway, I was looking at Pamela's text today, Pamela Markarian Smith, who's the founder of Jin Shin Institute, and today I'm dedicating to Pamela Markarian Smith, the Eternal Life Flow. So we're gonna place our left hand on the forehead, between the eyebrows, and the right hand at the back of the head. And so you get into the practice now as I'm reading you of some of how the energy moves from the seventh depth. From the center of the head and forehead, the energy descends to below the nose and upper lip, through the front ribs and abdomen, harmonizing any stagnated energy of the chest and solar plexus area. So that is the first step. This flow allows for the light, which is universal energy, to enter the main center source. So this is a form of the main center source, again on a different level where everything is perfect. And now begin to move your right hand through the cervicals, down the cervicals. You leave your left hand on the forehead. Of course, where your left hand is right on the third eye, the all-seeing eye. Getting in touch with our innate wisdom and our intuition. The cervicals are related to the planets and demonstrates the order of transformation, which means when you feel the pulsation in your fingertips, that's the order of transformation. So the cervicals are really the highest level, since they are related to each of the planets. So move your hand down the cervicals to C7. And now leave your hand there on the last cervical and the first thoracic, T1. And then place your left hand leave your left hand here on the forehead. So the flow is really described of moving it all the way down the back, because the energy goes down the front, from below the tip of the nose, goes down the front and down the back. So this is a little bit different than what we know as the energy moving up the back and down the front. So go with your right hand as low as you can get. You can probably reach T3. And now you're going to place your right hand on the front here on the 13 area. As it's clearing the front ribs and abdomen, harmonizing any stagnated energy of the chest and solar plexus. So as it is in the front, so it is in the back. So if you work on someone else, you can stay on the back from the cervicals, moving all the way down the back. But since we're using this for self-help, we're placing the hand on the chest. It's a mirror of the thoracic vertebrae to hold your hand right here on the chest. Now place your right hand on the middle of the back, on the spine, and you can use the back of your hand or the palm of your hand. And we're going to slowly move the right hand down to the coccyx. Now you want to be comfortable, so a very good way to do this is lying down, but I'm just showing you sitting up because it's easier for you then to follow along. So the energy is ascending from the forehead into the center of the head, and it descends the back, harmonizing any stagnation of the back and the hips. With each breath, this energy advances and harmonizes. It harmonizes our entire being. So slowly begin to move your hand down through the lumbar area. The lumbar area, I'm going to just turn around for a moment so you can see, but you just keep going. So I was here, and I'm going to work through the lumbar area. These are the lumbars, and then this is the sacrum. So right now you're on the lumbars. I would hold it with my fingertips. But you can use the back of your hand as well. Slowly moving all the way down to the coccyx. And for people with spinal projects, this is a very, very good flow to do. And I'm going to read this one more time to you, how this energy moves through the body. From the center of the head and forehead, the energy descends to below the nose and upper lip. So it descends to here. And then through the front ribs and abdomen, harmonizes any stagnated energy of the chest and solar plexus. So from here it descends to the abdomen. In the umbilicus it mixes. Then from the top of from the middle of the eye, the middle of the forehead, the energy ascends into the head and then moves down the back. So you see how this energy is descending only, except for this little part where it goes up to descend down the back. It's all descending. And this is the energy of the light, becoming the spark, becoming the source, becoming the sixth depth. So now move your right hand to the sacrum area. And then move your right hand to the coccyx, the tailbone. So again, this is a different form of the way you can practice the main center source. Easy to do on yourself. And you can feel the different experience you have from when you do the other main center source that we all know really well, starting with holding the top of the head. Okay, very nice. So now we're going to place both our hands on the 11s, clearing the hip line and connecting us to the earth. Oh, this eternal life flow felt really powerful for me, actually. I hope it did the same for you. Bringing in the light. The 11s help to clear everything on the hip line, helping the intestines. and also helping the hips, helping us to let go with the exhale. And then moving to the 12s, clearing the waistline, which teaches us the understanding of ourselves, and surrendering to whatever we cannot control, and to accept where we are today, trusting. And then holding the base of the skull, SELs 4, to connect us to spirit, the bridge from our unconsciousness to consciousness and consciousness to unconsciousness. And I have noticed that I've been sleeping many hours, and I think it is because I have a lot to work out in my unconscious state, a lot of dreaming going on. I wonder if you all have that too. I'm hearing people speak of sleeping patterns changing and people waking up in the middle of the night, or if you've been sleeping a lot, be aware of what's going on. I mean, there is so much to learn at this time of period where we're going and moving through this pandemic, and we're changing every day, having different experiences every day. So please be aware of them, because this is how we grow. Very good. And place your hands together to prayer. I hope you enjoyed this Eternal Life Flow, and again comes from Pamela's textbook. Pamela was one of Mary's main students in the 60s, and I met her. When I read her materials, I was just absolutely blown away by her understanding, and I learned so much from her DVDs. So I went out to see her in California, and when I first saw her, she came out from her home, out of her door, and she said, "I love Mary so much, Mary Burmeister. She was so devoted," and it was just wonderful. And when she placed her hands on me, she really, really was the Jin Shin Jitsu itself. She was just a wonderful, wonderful teacher, and you know, I'm really glad to continue with her work and moving it forward and bringing it out in the world. So for all of you, thank you for joining me today at the House of Jin Shin, and till tomorrow, have a blessed day.